Hello, hello. Welcome to another fabulous day of art. This video is for my 4th grade friends. Hello, 4th grade friends. This video is all about how to make a weaving. All right, so I did have art supply packets. All right, if you were at the school where the mascot is the tiger, I've already sent these out for you to pick up that have your supplies in them. So it has a loom. All right, that's another art word for this. All right, a loom. This is a piece of cardboard. Basically, it's you can make a loom out of a lot of different things. This is a very cost-efficient way to make a loom. You can just use a piece of cardboard, and I cut, if you notice, I cut 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 notches right at the top, and then 6 notches at the bottom of this piece of cardboard. Okay, so it looks like this. All right, I've got it kind of sitting this way. I've got 6 notches up here, 6 notches down here. All right, so little notches, little cuts, little snips that I did in the top and bottom, right, to turn this into an easy loom, right? And then I've also sent with you 4 colors of yarn. I've sent you some pink, some blue, some yellow, and some green, all right? So first, let's go ahead and get started, all right, by how to set up your loom, all right? So first you want to pick a color. So out of your 4 colors, pick a color, right, to be kind of the base of the loom. And here's what I mean by that. So what you're going to do, I'm going to go ahead and pick pink to be my base. And what I'm going to do is, so whatever color you chose, take the end, all right, find the end of the yarn, find an end of the yarn, take the end of the yarn, put it in the first notch, right, on the top, right? So the first notch up here, I'm going to go ahead and stick that in, all right? Awesome. So it's sticking just like that in that first little bit. And then I'm going to roll it down, all right? And this is a lesson, like I said, thank goodness it's on the internet, right? Because you can watch this, you can pause, rewind, watch what I'm doing step by step till you've got it, all right? So go at your own pace, all right? But I'm going to go ahead, stick it in there, then I'm going to pull it down, and then the notch that's down here, all right, the first notch that's down here, I'm going to go ahead and stick it in there. All right, now I made a nice straight line across my cardboard. Cool. Okay, now I'm going to flip it to the back, all right? I'm going to go up to the second notch that's up here, right? So now I've gone up to the second notch. Cool. All right, so I've just gone one over, right? Then I'm going to go down, all right? So I'm up here, all right? I flipped it, I've turned it over, all right? So I've got one on this side, one on this side, all right? I'm going to go back to the front, pull it down to the second notch right here. Cool. Now I've got 2 lines running down, 1, 2. All right, flip it over to the back, go up to the third one, right? Put it up there. And I've got 2 on this side and 2 on this side. All right, flip it back over to the front. Remember, the front is always going to be the side that doesn't have this little end piece sticking out. That's how you can kind of tell this is the back, this is the front. All right, and go down to the third one down here. There you go. I've got 3 lines running down, 3 lines of pink. All right, flip it over, go up to the 4th one. All right, 3 lines on this side, down again, all right, to the next one, boop, doing the same thing, going up to the next one, going down, just going to keep going up, and then going down, all the way until I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, all right, lines running down the front of my cardboard, okay? And then the back, you notice I gave you a generous amount of yarn because I want you to have plenty to use for this project, and that way you have options for colors and all that, right? So I'm going to go ahead and snip this off, all right? So then I've got one, so this is both the back. The back will have both of these little end pieces, one little end piece up here, one little end piece down there, right? And I've just set up my loom. Yes, go you fancy, huh? All right, and take the rest of this pink and put it off to the side. I don't want to use it right now, right? Pick the next color you want to use. I'm going to go ahead and go with yellow, because I love yellow, right? Cool. So get your next piece of yarn that you want to use. Find the end of it. So find an end, right? I'm going to take this yellow to this pink, right, on the first notch right here. I'm just going to take this, right, go around, right, and I'm going to tie it to this end piece here. That just kind of keeps my string in place while I'm weaving. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take this, go around. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go X. Right, so I've just crossed the 2 pieces of yarn over one another. See that? I'm going to take this little end piece, slick it through the loop, and pull. All right. Next, I'm going to do it again. I'm going to go X, right? So cross 2 pieces of the yarn, right? Just like that. Take this end piece, go through the loop, and pull. And I just knotted it, so that kind of helps hold it in place, right? A lot of kids will want to cut off this little end piece because they're like, oh, that's so annoying. So you can just like snip off the little end piece that was sticking out there, right? And now, right, this yellow is up here, okay? I'm going to push it down just a little bit, so I've got a little bit of room up there for when I end off this weaving. You'll see what that's for. But I'm going to go ahead and ball up my yarn. All right, I've got a lot of yellow yarn here. All right, I'm going to kind of ball it up, bunch it up, all right, till I can kind of hold it in one hand, right? All right, now here's what I want you to do. This is the actual weaving part. You know, weaving is that series of going over, under, right? Right, it's kind of like a pattern. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to go over this first one, right, that I see here, and under the next one. So I'm going to pick up, the easy way to do this when you're weaving is to just pick up the one you want to go under, because you're going to naturally go over that one. It's laying flat against the cardboard, but this one I'm going to pick up because I want to go under this one. All right, I'm going to get that whole mess of yarn through it, right, that whole group that I was holding, right, over, under, over, under. Go under this one. Excellent. All right, see that? So first one, all right, then I've got over, under, over, or under, over. Yeah, let me try that again. Hang on. Whew. All right. I've got over, under, over, under, over. Okay. Now, I want to go back the other way. So I'm here right now at the end. I want to go, I've gone this way, this direction. Now I want to go this direction. Okay, so watch this. Now I'm going to go under the same one that I just went over, right, this one on the end right here. I'm going to go under it. So I'm going to put this whole thing under. All right. And now my yarn is facing in this direction, all right? So I can start going this way. I can start weaving this direction. So I can say, okay, the next one, all right, since I went under this one, the next one I'm going to have to go over on top of it, okay? Then under, over, under, over. And if you're struggling with this, I guarantee you an adult at home can help you out as you're doing this if you have to do this at home. All right. Awesome, so I made it to the other side. So now I've gone this way. Now I want to go back this way. Got to change my direction again, all right? All right, so I'm on top of this one, all right? I'm going to go underneath it again, the same one that I was just on top of right here on the end. Got to go underneath it. So I'm going to everything, bring the whole little ball of yellow yarn through it, all right? And now it's facing going this way again. So I can start going this way. Right? And while you're weaving, it's really important, right, to, all right, kind of bunch things up as you're going. See me how I kind of pushed it up so that it kind of stays close together in my weaving. Right? I want you to stay close together. Over, under. Okay, now I'm at the other side again. Got to do the same thing. I want to be going this way now, all right? So now I'm going to start here, all right? I'm going to go under the same one that I was just over here on the end and have it going this way. And you get the idea. I'm just going to keep doing that back and forth, all right, until I run out of yarn. So let's pretend, all right, that I've run out of this color, all right? I'm like, oh no, I'm running low on yellow. I'm getting to the end. What am I going to do, right? Here's where your other yarn comes in handy. You can either, right, you could go with the same color. Maybe I want to keep weaving with yellow. That's fine, all right? But I would encourage you to test out your other colors that you've got. That's why I gave you multiple ones. So you could kind of like make this weaving kind of funky and colorful. Let's say that I'm like, ooh, I really want to add blue now, all right? I'm going to take the blue, take the end of the blue, take the end of the yellow, make an X, all right? See that? I've got an X. Now put the blue underneath the yellow. All right, pull it. It's almost like I'm tying a shoe. Look at that, pull it. All right, so all that was easy peasy. Make an X. All right, putting the blue underneath the yellow, pull it. Now I'm going to make another X. Cool. Put the yellow under the blue, pull it. I just made a little knot. All right, you can cut off the little ends that are sticking up if you want. Boop. Right. It's tied together now, and I'm just going to keep going. You're just going to keep weaving. So you're going to use this, you're going to ball up the blue, or whatever color you chose to keep going with, right? So that's whenever you run out of a piece of yarn, you're just going to do that thing. You're just going to, okay, I got to add another piece, tie them together, and then just go the other direction, all right? That's the way to kind of keep it simple. Keep it simple when you're weaving. This is not the only way to weave. I feel like it's important to say that. There are so many different ways to weave, so many different methods. Weaving is really special because it's something you can find all around the world. All different groups of people from different places weave, which is awesome. So there are so many different ways to do it. This is just my easy peasy, the way that I've kind of taught children how to do it, because I find that it's like we can do this kind of quickly in a 45-minute increment, which is usually our class time, right? So weaving, right? I will show you, I will weave the rest of this, all right? So, keep going till you're down here, and then I'm gonna stop this video so you don't have to actually watch me weave every little bit of it, and then show you how to tie off the weaving once you're done, okay? So let's go ahead and skip to that. Side note before I forget, if you pull too tightly when you're doing this, you're going to notice that the strings are going to start going inward. You don't want that, okay? So don't pull too tightly. Let your weaving be nice and loose for this one, especially if it's your first time weaving. Let it be nice and loose, all right? It doesn't have to be really tight, so you don't have to pull super duper tight on that yarn to get it to work. Once you have woven, all right, and you've got nice weaving in here, you've practiced quite a bit, right? I want you to take the end, wherever the end of your yarn is, you've landed there, right? Tuck it in, make sure it's all tucked into that first little bit here. Take your scissors, right? This is what you're going to do. I'm going to start down here. Okay, I'm going to cut these two first strings. I'm just going to cut them. I'm going to hold them. You want to hold them when you cut them. And then I'm going to take these two pink ends and I'm going to knot them together. And I've got the end of the yellow is going to be stuck in that knot. So I'm going to go, the yellow's in the middle, right? I'm going to cross the two pink ends. I'm going to put one end of the pink underneath the loop. Work with me, right? And then X them again, right? Put the other end through, double knot, right? Made a little knot here, perfect, right? Next, I've got these two strings, all right? Oh, I'm going to go ahead and cut that off so it's not, the tail isn't right in my way there. There we go. All right, I've got these two strings right here. I'm going to go ahead and cut them. Cut these two in the middle, right? And I'm going to go ahead and knot them. So across, through, across, put one under and through, right? And then last one, these two, same thing. I'm going to go ahead and cut these two, right? And on this end, I'm going to go ahead and cross them. Put one piece through, pull, cross them, put one piece through, pull. All right, next I got to do that for this side, right? So same thing I did down here, I got to do up here. So I'm going to start up here. The first two, all right here, cut them. All right, and then I'm going to cross, put one end through and pull it. Then cross, put one end through and pull it, make a little knot, right? The two in the middle, got to go ahead and do that. Cross, one through the loop, cross, one through the loop, make a knot. Last two on the end here. All right, now it's completely free from the loom. I'm going to take this, cross, put one end through the loop, pull, cross, put one end through the loop and pull. All right, and I've made a little weaving, look at that. All right, you're weaving, it's totally fine if it looks a little wonky, that's okay. It might have been your first time weaving. It's okay if your weaving is small, that's fine. Sometimes you don't get all the way there, right? It's okay if your weaving has little strings coming out of it. That's fine too. It gives it a little bit of texture, right? Right? But I'm just proud of you for trying, and I'm proud of you for practicing, doing the over, under method, and making your little weaving. proud of you. Whenever you're done with weaving, if you want it to count towards your art credit, go ahead and take a picture of it and send it to me to my email address, or you can send it to me through Remind. I hope you had a good time making your weaving, and as you can kind of tell, this is something you could easily do at home. All right, all you need really is this cardboard loom that all I did is a cardboard rectangle that I did 6 little notches up here, 6 little notches I cut into it down there, and then some yarn, all right, and you can easily make a weaving, all right. I can't wait to see you next time. I can't wait to see how your weavings look on your loom. See you next time. Bye.